Welcome to the Games Freezer.
Hello, it's Richard. It's Games Freezer. And there be the sea! The Sunless Sea. Zubmariner edition. Arr! Right, you join me on this 10-minute taster of a game that I'm really starting to like. Now, what's it all about, Alfie? Well, my name's Richard, not Alfie, and this is all about searching the seven seas. No, it's not about searching the seven seas. It's all about searching a sea-covered London in your kind of steamship. It's like playing Fighting Fantasy, but with this really cool overworld that you can explore. All of the sort of encounters on the various islands and areas that you discover are played out within the book, the kind of log, and it's really got a great feel about it. Great music. It really sets the tone, and this kind of dark, foreboding atmosphere across it. So as you go around, you basically go wherever you want, depending on kind of levels and the things. When you dock into a particular area or island, then there'll be certain options that are closed and locked, and other things that you can do. So generally you're trying to manage resources, obviously, for your ship. Oh look, there's a Gilly Fleur. Right, so this will be a battle, so this is a good start. Gotta love a battle. Shouldn't take too much to destroy the old Gilly Fleur. Done him. Oh, he got me back. 8 damage. You see where that little, you heard that bell chime and that little icon come up on the right hand of the logbook icon in the bottom left. There's a lot going on the screen. That means next time I dock anywhere, I should have some options open to me. So that's like new opportunities. You bloody Gilly Fleur. Come on, let's finish the Gilly Fleur. So battling basically relies on you using your light on the front of your ship to kind of line up the shot, and then your crew will prepare the fire, prepare the attack on that icon there. So when it goes green, you can fire, basically. There we go. Gilly Fleur has ended. Is it a young jellyfish? A lesser species to the dreams of jellyfish become real in any case. Now it's a sad slick of glue dissolving into the sea. Perhaps you could eat it. Better yet, perhaps your sailors can. You'll wait in the hold like a couple of dissolved moon. One day you'll eat it. Or perhaps it will eat you. So there you go. Right. So first battle out of the way. Now this is a second run, so when you die, which you will do, then you can choose what the legacy is that you leave on your second run. So I think in the last run I chose that I'd have half the wealth that I was left with at the start rather than zero, and half of I think it was a resource. I can't remember which one. So then, yeah, when you go back round, you get a bit of a head start. So you'll be trying to manage your fuel mainly. I've found is the one to keep your biggest eye on. But obviously, there's food. So you've got to feed your crew. But yeah, without fuel, you can't get anywhere to get anything. So you really got to keep an eye on that. As you can see on that fire icon there, I've got 2 fuel reserves left at the minute. So as that bar goes down, set the next fuel reserve comes into effect, and it starts to eat down on that. I mean, I'm going 2 knots or whatever it is, or 2 speed on the dial on the top left, which is the fastest I can go at the minute. I don't know whether that burns down fuel quicker or not. So when you find these little kind of circular spots by an island or a docking area, those are the places you can dock. And when you dock, you can buy fuel, which you have to pay echoes for, which look remarkably like euros, to be fair, if you squint. And yeah, so each time you dock, you get the opportunity to do that, assuming there are shops in that area. So some islands and areas are hostile and may not have the setup for the shop, so be careful. There's also opportunity to trade with other vessels. So if they're docked, you can pull up next to them and dock next to them, assuming they're friendly again, and you can buy fuel off them or food, or just sort of sit down, have a chat, have something to eat. It is quite cool. It's open to your interpretation, which is why I really like it. It's very open-ended, but like I say, reading through the text and soaking up the story really reminds me of the fighting fantasy season of books by Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson. They'll stay with me forever. In fact, I started buying them again recently, starting up a collection. So I've been on eBay scouring the 99p fighting fantasy books. And it actually started when I was in a charity shop looking for video games a few months back, and then there, lo and behold, was a copy of a fighting fantasy book. I think it was House of Horror. Is it House of Horror? No, Forest of Doom. That's what it was. It was Forest of Doom, which is one of my favourites. So I immediately bought it, 50p, and it was in immaculate condition. So yeah, got myself back into fighting fantasy. So hence why when this game come along, I was very interested. Right, so we got that icon show up, so it shows there's going to be an opportunity at the next port. Right, so we're docked in on Station 3. Machinery hums behind the high steel walls. Up the hill there are visible... blah blah. You stand on the high point of your ship, look to the shore. There's a steeple building on the horizon. Largest thing, no cross marks as well. Okay, try the gate. Only past the walls is an imposing but steady looking gate. No way in. The metal's still hard, icy cold to the touch. But if you could bring the ship's guns to bear, but no. Search for other visitors. Let's have a go at this. So there's always options. When you port, there's options that you can undertake in order to maybe glean some information, get some resources, come across encounters. Stories are a traded kind of item as well. You'll find encounters with particular characters where they'll want to hear a story. So if you manage to pick one up on your travels, then it's a good way in. At the start, you actually get to choose what type of character you're going to be, what your avatar is. Basically, you can choose your name. It's quite cool actually. So your backstory, you could either be like an urchin, a street urchin, a poet, some kind of cleric, priest, and there's all sorts of different things you can choose. And then you can choose a goal as well. Do you want to seek fame or fortune, or do you want to discover how your father died at sea? Some interesting little choices you can make, which makes the replayability high on this one, because you might want to explore the different branches of the narrative. So yeah, it's got loads going for it. They're bringing out a new game actually, Sunless Skies. So they was previewing that at EGX 2018. Oh, here we go. So we're at the Fathom King's Hold, Lorcan's Port, named for the most enterprising of drownies. Phosphorus arrows burn green. Right, let's have a look. A lot of these are locked, aren't they? Look. Won't let me do that. Let's have a look. No shops available. So it's like some kind of coral reef, isn't it? Let's go for an audience with the Fathom King, Lord of the Drownies. Bring him a story. Here we go. Bring him a story to tickle his curiosity. So I believe we've got one. Porter the skin of a shark. She's drowned the woman's eyes. It's not permitted to look at her hands. Yes, she rasps. That story's sufficient. Oh, there he is. He's a beauty. But I love these pieces of art. It's beautiful. Really well done. This is what's drawn me in, I think. This style of this game is magnificent. And because you've got to read things, because there's no voiceover to this, it does draw you in, but there's not too much text, because sometimes I'm put off by reams and reams of text in a video game. It just gives you enough to give you the sense of what's going on and the key things that happen during that encounter. And it serves it well. Right, okay. Permit shore leave. Perhaps your sailors would like to take the air ashore. Oh, looks like they're having nightmares after going on shore leave. Sorry, lads. Right, port report. So that will give you an overview of what that port is about, what it's like, and will serve you well going forward. Right, I think I've done everything I can in Lorcan's Port on the Fathom King's Hold. Let's head deeper into this unexplored territory, see what else is about. The only thing I would say is I think the display would benefit from being less busy, or being able to customize what you see and when, because I'd like, because I love this overworld. I think it's amazing. The artwork's brilliant. The way it's laid out is excellent. It really makes you want to explore it. I'd just like to have a view where I could maybe just see the logbook in the bottom left, because that gives you like a blow by blow account of what's going on, and then have the option to bring up the battle menu, the light, the bat, etc. Those bottom icons as and when I require them, and also with the hull and the reserve stuff, maybe bring that up when I require it, or maybe make it smaller. I think the crew icons, again, they may be taking up a bit too much room and detracting from this beautiful map they've built. It's an absolute beauty to look at. I love this top-down aesthetic. So look, as we here entering the Iron Republic, and I'm running out of fuel. Oh god, and I've got this unfinished revolutionary boat closing down on me. 210, I've got no chance. Oh, 7 damage. They're closing in on me. Right, let's see if I can get into port. Yeah, you missed. Got around that corner just in time. I had to chug myself into the hold. Into the port even. Right, okay. So, yeah, desperate measures. Right. If I got any shops. Oh, I haven't got enough money. I ain't got enough echoes. I used all my cash. I think if I was going to do another run through this game, I'd probably start again from nothing and use what I'd learnt to make better use of my supplies and me money. I haven't tried selling anything yet. I don't think I've got anything to sell though. What else we got here? Oh, okay. Search your supplies for something of use. Repurpose it. Well, there must be something we can burn. A few lost supplies. A matter of luck, it could go either way. So there's basically a dice roll or a something that you might actually. Yeah, there we go. Burning rags might just get me out of the port. Yeah, it's giving me one reserve and a little bit. I should be able to get out of the port, but my hull is in tatters by the looks of it. Come on, let's just go out of a bang, see if I can fire off a... Oh, God. They got me! Captain, they got me! Go on, yes, at least we dealt them a blow. We're going down in style, lads! Oh. I wouldn't say style, actually. I'd say we're just going down. Go on. Can I give it a go? Yes. Got him. That's hardly touched him, really, is it? I'm too close. I should really try and make a getaway. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, missed. Yes. I can nail him. I think I crashed into... Oh, you douchebag. Shipwrecked. Your ship's founders. Oh. There you go. I've seen this screen a few times, but again, each time you can make it a different run. And it does make for an interesting game. So this is what I was talking about. Warrant of Redemption. Squiffington. Right, okay. So I can retain a certain percentage of each of those values. Go 50% of the money. And then if you accept the legacy, then next time you have the run, I thought a Iceberg, they kind of come at you. I thought it was an iceberg, but it was actually a Iceberg.
Until next time, stay frosty, freezer followers.